Hi everyone. Hi everyone, Robert here, and welcome to the review of GFW Impact. GFW Impact Review June 27, 2017, last knockout standing match. Sienna versus Rosemary for the GFW Knockouts title. So, first match of the night, we got a six-man tag. Ethan Carter III, EC3, Chris Adonis, and Eli Dre. Those are the three body guys. Versus Moose, Marufuji, and Eddie Edwards. Cool match. It was obviously uh not a wrestling clinic or anything like that, but it was a-okay. And the chemistry between EC3 and Eli Dre is you can see it from miles away. They have very good chemistry together. And at the end, we saw EC3 winning the match with his new finisher, the Ethan Carter driver. During the match, we also saw a couple of spots with Marufuji, so he kind of got a lot of offense during this match. And by the way, I gotta give props when props are due. Chris Master, his selling has improved quite a lot. And you could see that especially during this match. And by the way, if you're not here, go ahead and check out all the content that I have here on my channel. So, second match of the night, we got Davey Richards, someone who is leaving soon GFW Impact to go to medic school. So best of luck for David Richards. By the way, I think there is high possibility that he might be back on GFW after he finish school. So nonetheless, he faced tonight. He was facing pairing David Richards versus Ishimori on a Super X Cup match. That is the last one from the round number one. The winner was Ishimori with a sick looking 450 splash. And by the way, gotta give props once again to GFW. That slow motion camera is beautiful, on point. I wish they could take a little bit more time when it comes down to their production value and take advantage that they are a pre-recorded show. Therefore, they could add all of those sweet things that someone who is live, like every week, like the World Wrestling Entertainment, cannot do because it is basically impossible. You cannot take something like what they are doing is like shooting like 240 frames per second. No TV camera is like that. But obviously they taking advantage of that, and I approve of of that stuff. Next, we got a little segment earlier tonight between Bruce Pritchard and Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley went to the ring and called out Bruce Pritchard, but Matt Sydal went ahead and went to the ring. He was pissed off. Obviously, last week Bobby Lashley ended up attacking him with no reason, just because he was there asking for something that Lashley wanted. So basically, this week, Lashley went ahead and asked for another title shot. Bruce Pritchard didn't respond. Matt Sydal went to the ring. Bruce Pritchard, Bobby Lashley got pissed off. He went ahead and tried to spear Matt Sydal. Mike Sydal ended up lifting his knee and hitting Bobby Lashley in the face. And he obviously did his famous shooting star press on Lashley. What I have to say about this little segment is that Matt Sydal is actually not that over on the Impact Zone. I had to rewatch the tape twice, and the people were like 50-50. They wanted to cheer for Bobby Lashley, and obviously they want to cheer also for Matt Sydal. So Bruce Pritchard in the back ended up announcing the first match for Destination X, which is gonna be on August 17, August 17, 2017. So first match is gonna be Walking Armageddon, Bobby Lashley versus Matt Sydal. The winner is the number one contender for in their respective division. I am expecting Bobby Lashley to again dominate because I won't be surprised if after Destination X GFW ends up taking the title away from El Patron. That is my educated guess. Don't read too much into that because I don't have like any type of special knowledge. But I think that is the way they are going the whole title picture. Next we got Grado proposing to Laurel Ness. He went to the ring. He put up the wedding ring, proposed to her, and Kongo Kong once again appears, and Grado and Joseph Park ended up flying away from the Impact Zone. This segment, oh boy, this segment was basically a rehash of what they did 2 weeks ago when they first were pushing that whole storyline between Laurel Banes and Grado. So obviously it's not gonna have the same effect as the first time you see it. Not a big fan of the segment. I think that should have been done something in the back or something like that. This was not like that good for TV. It didn't look good for TV. If you are watching the show week to week to week to week. Next we got Trevor Lee went to the ring and cut a promo saying, "Hey, I found out this guy from Mexico. He's a killer down there, and I wanna face him and test my ability in the exhibition against this cruiserweight. I mean, nightmare." So he ended up calling it Octagoncito. So he's a mini wrestler, right? And they were having a quite David versus Goliath type of match, obviously giving it a lot of shine to Octagoncito. He was doing all the crazy cruiserweight style matches, lucha libre, and Ungarakarana, and hex scissors, and all that good stuff. And at the end, Trevor Lee ended up running away from the ring, and he decided he didn't want anything else to do with Octagoncito. So that match was a no contest. And after the match, Sonjay Dutt obviously went after Trevor Lee because Trevor Lee have his X Division title. So he was looking for him. Obviously, you got the security guard and Bruce Pritchard all yelling at him and blah blah blah. And that's how that whole segment ended. I am not a fan of this storyline. I think they should put the pedal to the metal in this one and finish it up. Probably Destination X would be a great time to put that match together. Something with that, probably a King of the Mountain match. That wouldn't be bad, but I know a lot of people don't like that stipulation. And obviously, I don't want Destination X to be a gimmicky type of show. I think one gimmick per big episode is not bad, but overusing it, I'm not a fan of. But I think in this one you can do something in order to make sense on why Trevor took the title and what way they can do to put the title like in the middle ground, and obviously Sonjay Dutt regain it. Next, we go into our wrestling match of the night. The match a lot of people, including myself, were looking forward. Last knockout standing. Sienna versus Rosemary GFW knockouts title. This match had a lot of big fight into it. You saw Sienna with his whole wardrobe with the two titles being accompanied by M, who by the way is doing a tremendous job being a pseudo manager. So he's doing good that role, and he's good at his acting. And you see Rosemary with her mask, with the kind of misfit style cape. Looks like one of those 70s terror movies. So during the match, we saw at one point Alin hitting Sienna with the pink candlestick. We saw table spots. We saw chair shots. We saw trash can. At one point, we saw Sienna and Rosemary brawling in the impact zone in the corner that David Richards and Eddie Edwards were brawling at the beginning of this era. So that obviously have a very cool look, and the angle is quite good. On that At that moment, Rosemary was able to do a tarantula, reverse tarantula on a corner of the impact zone. That obviously was really good visuals. At the end of the match, we saw Rosemary going to the third rope after hitting a red wedding on a steel chair. She went to the third rope. KM obviously went and tried to move her away from the third rope. Rosemary decided to throw in the green mist on KM. Sienna took advantage of that opportunity and pushed Rosemary. So Rosemary fell from the third rope all the way to the outside on a table. And that was it. That was the end. The winner, and still GFW Knockouts champion Sienna. Excellent match. Probably this should have been the one at the pay-per-view at Slammiversary 2017. By the way, I review on this channel, so go ahead and check out the archive if you are new and want to hear my thoughts on that pay-per-view. Obviously, I think this is the end of that whole feud, since Sienna won 2 straight matches, and probably the next cycle is gonna be Sienna versus Alin for knockouts title. And now we got the TV main event. We got Alberto El Patron versus all the members of LAX in a gauntlet match. So, first one that started was Homicide. And Homicide got pinned very early on after Alberto Patron was able to hit a frog splash. And by the way, Homicide, it looks he looked weird in the ring. I don't know if he's injured or he haven't wrestled in a while. I'm not. I don't know his status, but I don't know. He saw kind of a little bit weird loss for a second, a fraction. That's not a big worry. Next we got Ortiz facing Alberto El Patron. Ortiz was able at one point to do sort of a cartwheel to powerbomb that looked really good. Obviously because he is smaller than Alberto El Patron, and obviously dynamics are are very different when you're wrestling against someone who is taller than you. But that didn't matter. Alberto Patron was able to successfully pin Ortiz. Now, on the third round, it was Santana versus Alberto Patron. And that's when all the shenanigans start to happen. Big time, you got Diamante messing around, who is, by the way, injured. And he's very likely to be out of GFW for a while. There are rumblings and rumors about someone who is gonna replace her. I have an idea. I don't wanna sell you dreams or anything like that, but I think the Impact audience, if it is that that person, are gonna be very happy, and obviously they are familiar with her, even though her appearance were minimum, but she managed to, no pun intended, may not make an impact. And a lot of people have been looking for her to join Impact, if it is the person that I think it is. But that let me not lost my train of thought. Santana versus Alberto Patron. We saw all the shenanigans. Diamante going to the outside. Conan ended up punching him and blah blah blah. And the match was throw out. Dos Caras Jr. and Dos Caras went to the ring, but they got overpowered. And there was a spot where Dos Caras, the father of Alberto Patron, I think is about 70 years old, 80 years, something like that. It's quite up in age. He had like a chair. He didn't see if to throw it or what the hell to do with that. It was funny in a wrong way, and I know I am a horrible person for laughing at something that I don't supposed to. How horrible I am, I know, but it was funny. But at the end, after that, LAX dominating everybody, overpowering everybody, putting chaos and destruction in the ring. Someone came in for the save, and it was none other than the Veterans of War. So POW returns to GFW Impact. So they went ahead and did the big save. They ended up fighting against everybody. And at the end of this episode, the show ended with POW and Alberto El Patron with Dos Caras Jr. and Dos Caras of raising up the hands and the title. So the baby face ended up being the closing the show, being victorious at that moment. As for a show, it was kind of a autopilot type of episode. It was not nothing too rough battle outside of Sienna versus Rosemary, a match that I enjoyed quite a lot. And I am looking forward to next week, which we are gonna get to see Ethan Carter the third versus Moose for the grand title. And a shout out my man LB, who is in the chat room always supporting. I think this is it for me and the review of Impact Thank you so much for watching all the way through. You are the people who make all of this happen with your constant support. So I will always be thankful for that. Make sure to check out my archive of videos. I did a video on the GFW teleconference that happened yesterday. I did that EC3 guitar cover. I got a lot of stuff here on the channel, not only reviews. This is not only a review channel. So go ahead, check out the archive. I got a very excellent video. The best matches, the best Slammiversaries rank a list between all of them. Excellent video that I did quite a while. So go ahead and give that video a little bit of love. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another wrestling related video. So that's it. Goodbye, and thanks for listening.